there's been a change in plans. I'm back like I never left. So I wanted to make a quick video just to discuss, before you guys watch this video that's gonna play shortly. I just wanted to discuss the fact that this video is very old. So this is an old video that I was planning on uploading a while ago, but I just never got to it, and I just been busy with a lot of things. So before you guys watch this, just know that the video is old. So a lot of the things that I mentioned in the video, you know, they have already transpired, and many different other things have happened. So don't consider this as what's currently going on now, because again, this is old, and I've since for example, I've since changed locations from the other video and the things that I discussed in that other video. And you know, it's just a lot of other things that happened after I recorded it and I didn't upload it. So keep that in mind before you guys watch. And also, I was just gonna mention the fact that I was gonna try to start uploading more, but I've been going through all the comments, and I want to thank you guys for commenting and watching the videos. But I'm definitely here to help, so I want to make sure I do more videos to, you know, describe and help you out with other things that go on in the locker hub position. So I'm gonna also make some videos taking all the questions from all the videos that I've recorded as of yet, and I'm gonna go through those questions. So if you have any questions, make sure you drop them down below, and in the next video I'll be discussing or attending to those questions and trying to, you know, get your questions answered. For the most part, I've been answering them in the comment section, but I want to do another video where I'm taking the exact question from you guys and answering it. And I'm also going to do a video on how to grab shifts, because I know that is something that people are interested in, how to grab shifts, and not just how to grab shifts, but how to grab them successfully. And I'm going to do a video on that soon, so make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the like if you like the video, and continue to drop your questions down below. I'll make sure I get to them. But I just wanted to say that you're going to be watching the old video again. This video that's going to come up now is old. Just remember that, all right? I'm going to be updating everything. Once you watch this, I'm going to update you on what has transpired since then, all right? So, all right, I'll see you guys. So it's been a while. It's been a while since I uploaded a video on my experience at Amazon, and I decided today, since I'm actually going to be starting my position in another area, that I would kind of just do a video update for you guys. So the last video, I believe, was a video where I showed the process, a little bit of how I did my job at the Locker Plus, or Counter Hub is what it should be called. I was calling it Locker Plus because that's what the job description says. What is this on my nose? Job description says Locker Plus, but the job is actually supposed to be called Counter Hub, because there's a little counter that you do your transactions on. So I'm going to be starting a new position. Well, it's the same position, but in a new area. And this area is way closer to my current job at the Postal Service. So I'm grateful for that, because I had to drive all the way. I had to drive far. Let's just put it that way. I had to drive super far. Right after I got off my Postal Service job, I would drive to my Amazon job, and then coming back home, I would get traffic. So I would be in like, and I'm in California, so I would have to drive back through downtown LA traffic, which was terrible. I would get home like around 8 something, when normally I should be home, you know, earlier than that. So this job, or the area where I'm in now, is so close to my current job at the Postal Service that it's like 5 minutes away. Just about 5 minutes away, maybe 7 minutes, but give or take. But so I'm definitely grateful for that. I'm gonna try to get some footage when I go in there of, you know, the area. Maybe try to get some footage of me helping a customer if I can. But I'm thinking about also doing a video on the process, the transfer process, because I believe the transfer process for the Locker Plus customer service job is different from all of the other jobs, because, you know, the other jobs you can do it internally on the A to Z website. You just go to transfers and you go to the list, click the drop down menu and look for your area, I guess, see what kind of transfers they have available. But for the locker position, I don't think that our positions are up on that same transfer website. So what I did was I messaged my current manager. Let me backtrack. What I did was I went online to the hiring website that Amazon has, the one that I got the job from in the first place. I went there and making sure I'm not blocking my mic. Oh, the mic is on the top. Okay, so I went there and I looked up different positions that they have open. You know, I'm currently looking on the website to see what else is new or what else they have that I may want to try out. I was considering doing the shopper position, the shopper job for Amazon, which I think would be fun. Just going through the aisles. You got your little iOS device.
Please don't interrupt me.
So yeah, you got your shopper position, which is going down the aisles. You have your little iOS device that they give you, which shows you the list of items that a customer has ordered online, and you could just essentially go and find the items. And I heard from somewhere, I think I was watching a video on the shopper job, like a review, they were calling it a treasure hunt.
Beware of trap.
Which is, I believe, is a good, good way to describe it. Is you're essentially hunting for everything that the customer has ordered. And there's more to it. I don't know the deep details, and I don't need to know them, but I was considering doing that position, dropping the Locker Plus job to do that job. And it's not because the Locker Plus job is terrible. The Locker Plus job is the best job I believe Amazon has. Now, howbeit it may pay $15 or $16, but still, you getting $15 or $16 to stand up for me, it's 4 hours and a half to get paid. That's all it is to me. I mean, you do process returns and you wipe down the desk and all that, but it's easy, super easy. So, and it's not like I didn't want to continue doing the Locker Plus job. It's just I want to try something else to see if I might not like that job better. That's all it is. But now that I got a closer closer area where I can transfer to, I'm gonna stay in the Locker Plus position. Now, granted, I still have to go in today, which is my start date for the new area. Go in today and see how I like, you know, the manager, the new manager, my co-workers, you know, all of those things. See how I like those. But I'm not going back to where I used to go. They did give me the opportunity to still look at position, shifts, I should say. Still gave me the position to look at shifts at the other locker hub that I was at before I transferred. So I'm looking at 2 different areas and shifts in both of those areas, which is very cool. So if I didn't want to work in the area that I am now, I can look at the other shifts that was in the one that I used to work and then pick up shifts from there. But I'm not driving all the way over there no more. So you can just forget it. So yeah, we're gonna see what happens, man. I go in right after I clock out here, so I'll just, I guess, update you guys on what's going on. Try to get as much footage as I can. It gets tricky when you try to record. You got your phone, you like tossing it around, putting it to the side of the box and trying to hide it, and you know, it gets weird. So I'm gonna try to do what I can, if I can. So yeah. And also I was saying that I wanted to kind of go over the process of transferring, because I don't think the process is the same for other jobs as it is for this job for Amazon, the locker job. I messaged my manager after seeing the website and noticing that they have positions right next to my job that you know, they're hiring for. So I was like, hold up a second. Maybe I can just drop the job I have now and then apply for the job closer to my postal service job, and then just go through the process again, you know, go through the drug test and all of that stuff. But I will solidify my spot there. That's what I'm thinking I should do. And my wife was like, you should just ask your manager if he can just transfer you over there. So I was like, yeah, I guess I can do that. So I asked him, I'm like, is there a possibility that you can get me in this area? And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna see what I can do about that. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna see, you know, if they need help. So he does what he does, and he sees what's going on with the position, and he says, yeah, we can get you over there. I was like, what? Is that right? Okay, then I'm going over there. So, and there's 2 Whole Foods in this city. So in this city, there's 2 different Whole Foods that you can work at. So, which is actually very beneficial, because later down the line, I spoke to my new manager, and she says later down the line, you'll be able to see both of those Whole Foods, the shifts for both Whole Foods, which is great, because if you're not able to get shifts in one area, you look at the other area and you have double the chances. At least for me, since I transferred from the other area, I have triple the chances now if I want to go back driving all the way to my last one. So I have triple the opportunity to get a shift to work on, which is nice. Now, I haven't had any issues getting shifts with the current area that I'm in now, which is great. I mean, working at the other one, I had difficulties. You know, you can get shifts. I was able to get shifts easy. It's just there's a potential that I may not get the one that I want. But the current area, when I look for shifts, I always get what I want. And it seems like I'm not really fighting. Like, I'm not fighting other people for the shift that I want. I go to A to Z, I refresh at 6:15 p.m. every day. The shift is up, and I take my time. I take my time to get the shift, and it says you have successfully added the shift. This is like, mind you, when you look for shifts and you refresh and then the shifts pop up, you need to get it immediately. I mean, within 5 seconds of the refresh, you need to click on it and have your finger ready to grab whatever shift you want to grab. But for this area, when I look for shifts, I'm taking my time. I refresh it, and it says you have this, this, and this, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's nice. Okay, I think I want, let me see. Let me grab this one. And it says successful, which is, that's power. I mean, that's amazing, because it shows that there's either not enough people where I'm at, or the people just don't desire the shift that I want. So it's good for me, right? So yeah, I told him about that. He ended up getting me switched over to my new area. I had actually had 2 shifts scheduled for the next week, before I had messaged him about it. The next week I had 2 shifts scheduled. So when I messaged him about it, he's like, yeah, we can make this happen. One question, do you got any shifts for the rest of this week? And I'm like, no, not for this week. The day that I'm working today is my only shift for this week. But for next week, I got 2 shifts that, that I had got successfully. So he's like, oh, okay. And I was like, I can drop them. It's not a problem for me to drop those, so I can start in the area that I want to start, so I can transfer there. He's like, no, it will be appreciated if you work those shifts that you got. And then he was like, you don't have to. It's just we would appreciate it that you work the ones that you got, So I'm like, okay, no problem. I can work them. So the next, I believe it was a Monday. That next week on the Monday was my daughter's birthday. So I had to drop that Monday. But I worked this Sunday, my last shift at the last Amazon location. And then after that, did my farewells with my coworkers. And I have, I think it was today and tomorrow scheduled for this area that I want to be in for my transferred area. So today I go in. Today's my first transfer day, and we're gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna definitely keep you guys updated on how I like it. Again, I'm gonna try to get some footage if I can. And if you have any questions, make sure you drop them down in the comment section below. I want to thank everybody that already commented. You guys got some really good questions, and don't be afraid to just ask, man, because I'm just a regular person. You see, I don't have that many subscribers. I'm just here to share my experience with you all. That's it. If I can document it and it would then in turn help you in some form or fashion, then let's do it. I'm all good for it. So right now I'm on my lunch break at the post office. When I go back in, I'll be clocking out, getting ready to head to my next job, and we will get it going. Get it going. So while I'm here, let me just talk about my how I like it. Let me just talk about that. I know I probably shared it in previous videos, but I'll just kind of do an overview of what I went through so far. And I've been there for about a little over a month. So for the overview, this job is great. Tony the Tiger, great. I love it. It's like super easy to do. I mainly love the fact that I'm inside of the Whole Foods. That's my main thing about it, is that I'm in a store where I can shop, right? Get some snacks, get some food, hot food, cold food, whatever I want to get. And just to have the access to that, just to be able to just, after I'm done, clock out and then go shop, I love it. That's like the greatest perk to me. And this shop is a shop that caters to those who are vegan, those who are vegetarian, which I'm vegan because I do eat honey. And technically they say you're not vegan if you consume anything from some sort of life outside of human life, like such as animal life or insect life. So It is what it is, man. But I don't eat meat, eggs, dairy, cheese, none of that stuff that comes from the animals. But I do eat honey, right? So the fact that have access to all of these things, which is hard to find, you can go to the Walmarts and your Targets and all of those, and they have vegan options, but it's a select menu. So you only have like maybe 2 squares in the freezer section, two little, you know, freezer squares that have these items in it. Whole Foods have various aisles. So I'm grateful for that. But also the one I used to work at, the Amazon job inside the Whole Foods that I used to work at, has a hot food dining area and different restaurants that have hot food. So they have this, it's like a Mexican restaurant that had vegan burritos, right, with jackfruit, rice and beans and avocado and all these things. Is delicious. So, you know, even if I decide to, you know, grab my lunch there right after work, that's a benefit as well. I can say, you know, I'm not going to eat here at my postal job. I'll just wait till I get at my Amazon job, and then I'll just splurge. Because I don't like eating and then having to go to the restroom to take a dump, because I just don't. You know, I don't want to be in that type of setting. I don't want to sit on the toilet. I don't want to, I'm different. I don't be wanting to do those things at my job. So sometimes I like to be patient when I eat. So I'll eat when I get home, where I have the home office, the toilet at home, where I'm comfortable sitting and doing my business, not at the job, because you have, you know, individuals who like to urinate on the toilet, and you got crap on the ground, all kinds of stuff. You know, I don't mesh well with public restrooms. So, but yeah, those are some things that I like about the job. I'm gonna say that the task is very easy. You may get customers that are angry and what have you, but you know, everybody has their thing. Everybody's going through something, so you're gonna get that. It's like a given. Even me, I'm a nice person. I don't argue with nobody, but not occasionally. It's like rare, but you know, maybe like once in a week I'll get somebody that's frustrated, and they won't get too frustrated with me. I've seen them get crazy with my coworkers, to the point where they like ready to just throw something at them and throwing hands up in their face. I've seen it, and I've never had that type of crazy. I've had individuals, you know, roll their eyes and you know, they want to let you know they're frustrated. Those type of customers, and you know, you got to deal with them everywhere you go. Even if you don't work, even if you're not serving them, you're gonna encounter them on a regular basis. You go to the grocery store, you get those individuals. You go to wash clothes or wherever you go, you're gonna see them. You know, you're gonna come in contact with them. So that's not a problem with me. I've had instances where you know, management hasn't been too helpful when I've had to solve problems, and you message them and try to hit them up. They take a long time to message me back. It might be different for you, but yeah, it's kind of dodgy. It's dodgy with management. When you need help, sometimes they're there. Other times it's like they don't want to be bothered by you for whatever reason. Maybe they're frustrated with employees doing whatever, and they just, you know, they just take it out on you. Maybe, I don't know. So, and it's cool, because I'm an individual that's technical. I like to solve problems myself. But, you know, if I'm trying to get help and you don't help me when I need the help, when you should help me when I need the help, it's kind of like, what's going on? You getting paid to be a manager, to help me, and you're not helping me? What's going on, you know? But I understand it. I understand. You got things you got to do, things you got to take care of. I don't expect you to help with everything, but come on, man. You're supposed to be helping me with something. And also, I'll just mention this as well. I had maybe 2 instances where my manager was angry at me for something that was done by someone else. So like my coworker will mess up something. They'll just get something completely messed up in the system of your scanner or whatever, because you're supposed to go through your scanner and make sure everything is what it should be. It may say that you have a bunch of packages that need to go back into stow mode, or put them back where they need to go as far as staging them, and it will say put them back, but they're not where they should be, right? So my coworkers will scan packages and hand them off to the customer, and they don't follow through with the delivery process like they should. They're supposed to scan it, then scan a rack that says that the item is there, and then they give it to the customer, or actually they scan the rack and then they ask the customer for the barcode to release it to them. Then they scan the barcode, and then they scan the barcode for releasing it. Then they scan the item, and then they select deliver on their scanner. But oftentimes I have a few coworkers that they don't understand the process, so they'll skip a step and they'll just give it to the customer without scanning it off of the rack. So when that happens, the system says that the item is still there because you never scanned it out. You delivered it, but you never took the item out. So, and I don't mean deliver it by pressing the button deliver. They scan the item and then they just hand it to the customer, which is you skip a few processes. And when you do that, that backs up the system. It tells the system that there's still items in this area. And then when you look for the item, it's not there. So now you have to manually remove the item from your scanner, which can be a hassle because you may have, I was seeing like 16 items on the thing. And it's a hassle because you have to manually punch in the whole code, the whole tracking code for it. So you do a TBA and then whatever, I think it's like a 16-digit number or something after it, and then select it, and it will check the item. But now you have to go through that whole list and manually punch in every single one of those tracking numbers to manually remove it from the system because it's not in your possession anymore. Somebody gave it out. So my manager would see this and he would get angry at me because I didn't clear the system, right? And why is it my fault that I didn't clear the system? It should be the individual's fault who put it there in the first place. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Don't get mad at me because you want me to clear it out. Get mad at the person that keeps putting it in the system. Let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone, right? Let's nibble. What's that term? Let's nip the problem in the butt before it get. What did I just say? Let's cut the issue before it becomes a problem. Let me just say it that way, because I don't know what I was eating earlier today. So yeah, but for you, it probably won't be like that, hopefully. I know managers have to deal with a lot of things, and you can't fault them for that. So it is what it is. But I'm about to go back up in here and see what's up. Get ready to clock out, and then I will update you guys when I make it to my next area. Okay. So I'm gonna go through the closeout process for boxes, for full boxes. These are boxes that you fill up with returns, and you need to close them out so you can send them back to the fulfillment center, I guess. So for right now, this is the box that I have. It's a B box, and for us, B boxes generally have clothing in them. So all of these will be clothing returns from people that just don't want them anymore or whatever. So this is what we're going to do for closing out a box. We're going to go to our scanner, and then we see driver pickup. This is what we use for sending the boxes out. And it's going to give you two options on your scanner, which is package pickup and return container close. We never use this one, so the first option is your best option. All right, so now when this screen comes up, you want to select which box you're going to close out. So for me, it was a B box, as you can see. B. We also have A boxes, but A boxes are for like everything else besides clothing. Every now and then you get clothing that goes in A boxes, but it's like costumes or things of that sort. So we want to go to B and tap B. Close out a B box. And then it says, first make a new returns container and apply a returns B label. So where we have our containers is back here. Little area in the cut where we got some boxes, right? But we usually have boxes made, like pre-made. So when we get a full container, we already got one made. We can just throw it in the area that we need to throw it, which is right over there. So after that, since we have our B, or we have our other box ready, we select next. And then it also says apply a returns B label. We don't apply the label, we just keep the label right here. And then when it gets full, we take it out and then slide it or put it on the box. So for this one, we'll just click next. After that, it says now close and tape the full returns B, right? So now I have to close and tape this up, and I'll do that right now and I'll get back with you guys. Okay, so now that I taped it up, it's ready to go. Go back over here, select next. You select container will not close if the box has too many items and it's not able to be taped shut or closed. So you select next. How you doing? All right, so now it says close and return, or close and take the full returns B. We did that already. Now it's saying close or scan the closed B and set aside for pickup. So now all you got to do is just scan the barcode right there. Scan that. Boop. It says set aside for driver pickup. And then all you have to do is just take the box to the back staging area and just drop it off there. And then a UPS worker will come shortly to pick it up. Now it also says, or prior to me scanning it, it said can't scan at the bottom. I don't know if you've seen that. You may have to rewind this video, but it said can't scan. Now that's for if you have issues with the scanner not working, you can select can't scan, and then you will have to manually type in the number of the barcode. And that's it. That's all you have to do for closing out a box.